Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how defense can be costly for your portfolio. So it's Jarrett Clay again, and basically what I want to be able to do today is get across to you that when the markets are falling, when we're going through a down market, much like what has happened in the last year, just want to remind you that it can be a very expensive idea to go to cash, because what ends up happening is when people go to cash, it's very difficult to re-enter the market without having missed the upturn that inevitably happens in the markets, right? So just want to use a little bit of example for the S&P 500 and what would happen. So basically from January 1st, 1990 to December 31st, 2020, so over a 30-year spread or so there, you would have realized an 8.4% annual return if you stay invested that entire time in the S&P 500. But if you pulled out your money and you missed the best 50 days of trading in that time period, that's only 1% of all the trading days, you would have realized a negative return, a 0.4% annual compound return. So by missing those top 50 days in the markets in that 30-year period, you really lost all the returns. So that's because things grow in growth and spurts when you're going through recovery. So we can't tell without a crystal ball. We have no idea which days, when the market's going to bounce up like that. We get very little time to react to when that's happening, and it's extremely hard to time in. And usually, if you're a person, if you've left the market, if you've decided, oh, I'm selling out, it's very hard to be confident enough to enter in at something that you would say is a low, because really the whole point, if you were doing that, would be to enter back in at some low and get all the gains back. But we see it very, very rarely done that way. Far more often, people miss those up days, and you end up missing the returns that make the overall returns of that 8.4%. Remember, it's only 50 days. It's not very many trading days in that 30-year period that makes up basically all the returns that you're going through. So the real thing to do here is to, for most of us, is to stay invested. Stay invested, leave it to itself. Understand that the downturn is just part of the process. You haven't lost any units of anything as long as you haven't sold. So you have just as many units when the price is down as you do up. So if you just wait for those units to be worth more and sell high, then you are basically sticking to the fundamentals of investing, and you'll be happy with your overall results based on this historical occurrence of the overall returns. All right, so I basically want to just get that across. Don't let yourself into that. Understand that, yeah, your units won't be worth a lot at times. That's just normal part of the process. Stick around, let them go back up, and hopefully your nice diversified portfolio, it all works out the way you're hoping. Take care. Bye now.